The first one is, what are your greatest regrets in ministry, sir, if any?
Regrets in ministry.
Regrets.
Praise the Lord. Does anybody have regrets in ministry? Well, of course, we shouldn't assume. We shouldn't assume. Some people regret that they are in ministry because they have wrong priorities. For me, I don't have any regrets. Call to ministry, first of all, is a privilege. It's a privilege.
Welcome back to the Moment of Truth and the Enlighten class. It is Thursday today, 13th March 2025. You heard Bishop Abioye. He has no regrets. And call to ministry is a privilege. Like this guy now. It's a privilege. Call to ministry. That's the lie they be telling you here and there. They all think the damages they've caused the pulpit in Nigeria. The pulpit has been hijacked from the old pharaoh. And the young pharaohs now are even doing more damaged than the old pharaoh. Like this pastor now. Those are the guys on the altar now. So, Suleman class as a middle pharaoh because he has fathers above him. Today, we will hear stories upon stories, and I will be coming in, chipping in their errors and the nonsense they be teaching all these while that attract all those young pharaohs to ministry. That if this one can make it, we too, we can.
I said to people, I'm going to build a British standard school that is very affordable. I said that years ago, and somebody said, you can't run it with that amount. In Lagos, the lease is 2 million. That's about £1,000 or so. That's the lease that's been paid for. That's the this. I said, we'll build it and people will pay less than £50. They said to it, it's not sustainable. We built it. Got people from the UK to train the teachers. British standard school. People pay less than £40. Less than. You can Google it. It's called Dynamic British Montessori School. Less than £50. Less than. How much are they paying? It was £50. About £20. 25,000 naira. What's that? £15. And my wife, you started. I said, the teacher at the school. I say, I will augment. We said it, let's stand by it. When you hear the children speak, you think they live in Britain. You see that on screen. Same standard. It's possible. There can be a free Christian university. It's possible. So that we can reduce this reproach in the church. When they feel that things of the church are always exorbitant, unaffordable, let's change the narrative. Hey. Get ready. Because a generation of people, God is raising up kingdom financiers. There are some of you that will write up church debts. You say a program.
Now, he told all that lies that he has a British standard school that is very affordable. So, number one, he acknowledged that there's a reproach in the church. Church is going through a lot of humiliation right now, and it's not going to end until all of them close their shrine. Number two, he said church things always expensive, that people that even help them to build all these schools, universities cannot even afford to send their kids there. So that's good. They are getting it. Number three, he now went into church financiers. Some of you will write up the church debt. Can you see what I mean? They are too clever for you, my people. And he will go into raising funds, asking people to come out with certain amount, commit to certain amount monthly and all that. They are too clever for you, my people. Don't listen to them, oh. They are too clever. If you think you can catch them, whoa, hey, your brains have to be really working correctly for you to catch all these liars. Stay tuned, oh, you will hear more.
It's granted to you. It's like education. You don't go to school for the benefit of the school. You're going to the institution. The institution has nothing to gain. It is you that becomes better by going to school. Am I talking to somebody here? Yeah.
My people, you heard another misleading conversation there. He said, you have nothing, school has nothing to gain by you going to school. It is you that have everything to gain. Now, lie you. If school has nothing to gain, why are they all in school business? They all have schools, though. They have universities, though. Are they not gaining something out of it? It's a lie, you. Why do we have schools everywhere if schools is not gaining out of it? That's misleading, and some people there even agree with him. That's what is keeping all these liars on the pulpit, because our people are not thinkers. Stay tuned and hear more rubbish.
That's why we have people who are graduates, but they can't defend it. Because they have the mentality that going to school is carrying your body there, but leaving your mind in the village. So they carry their body to the institution. In our organizations around the state and in the country, in those days I used to be involved directly in employing people before we grew. When I hear some graduates talk, Jesus, I wanted to told him to told her. I said, did you leave school the certificate? He said, I said, return it. And they are praying in church, very unemployable. We say youths are not employed. How many youths are employable?
You see, oh, it's knocking the youth now. They are the one that made them what they are, encouraging them to be doing nonsense like this. That youth is from NHS church. Those are the youth is knocking now. Is dancing to NHS music, promoting NHS music. That's what they use them for. Now is knocking them. They will destroy them like this, and they will be the same person to come out to be knocking them. Please, my people, know what you are doing. No.
That employment should be wiped out doesn't mean we should employ rascals. You see somebody who's not fluent, say wants to work in oil company. Sell engine oil. You can sell engine oil. A woman told me, said the son finished the polytechnic. The mother said, no, he won't do his HND. He must go directly to school. That the son must study medicine. So I called the boy. I said, let me pray with you. So I decided to pick his brains and engage his mind. When he opened his mouth, I said, did you pass through the polytechnic? He says, you passed through this school? He said, yes, sir. I said, and you want your mother says you should go to Unimed to study medicine? He said, I said, no. This one cannot be a medical doctor. We end up a native doctor. This one with this kind of pronouncement is herbalist. Is better as a native doctor, not a medical doctor. With this kind of utterances, very unemployable. Am I communicating? So the institution makes you better.
You see how it's knocking people's children. They went there, they think he has something to offer them, and he saw their shortcoming, he saw their how do you call it, their inadequate, and he came to the pulpit to talk about them like this. The people will hear this, so how would they feel? My people, answer me. Oh. These ones, they send their own children abroad to study. Their children didn't study here, including Suleman. No. His first daughter is in Canada, studying in Canada. So they want better things for their own children. Pulpit is a place, church is a place to amend life, to change lives, to upgrade life, to point people towards right direction. But na lie o, they full of lies and deception. See what NHS is doing there o. They are just using them for promo, using them to call more people into their shrine, into their evil kingdom. He went there to do charity. See what he's doing. He put all of them on camera. When the Bible tells us what your right hand is doing, don't let your left hand know. No, their own is not like that. So if they do any good like this, they have to put it out there. They are marketing themselves. My people, don't be fools when you see things like this. This is an enlightening class. Let me close with this from Suleman as well. Stay tuned to the end, my people.
He said 5 months ago I was here and I had no money for transport. I met pastors. I just came to see Apostle, but it was pastor's program. I borrowed money. All he did was just to touch me that God changed my story. He says, I'm talking now, I have my own bank. No, you have faith. We didn't shout. I turned to my wife. I said, is it bank account? He said, I have my own bank. So I told him, I said, all these people that are they screaming all this testimony? People don't come out and be telling lies and telling lies and telling. Bank. Now, I began to calculate. To start a bank, you need this capital. To start a bank, you need a license. To set up, I must be honest to you, I was using my head to calculate. At the end of the service, the man decided to come and see me. He came out to the office, he saw me, and I said, Oga, you see, when God does something, is when we testify. When we are hoping for the thing to happen, we don't give testimony in advance of what has not happened. He was just looking at me as I was fooling myself. When I just finished, he just opened his briefcase. He dropped 6 checks. When I saw the first one, I saw the second one, I said, you get bank. I said, you get bank. You get bank. This is the story. He was an accounting officer to a man who grew up and became a CEO of a bank. And this CEO, this man's a CEO of a bank, started a bank, and this CEO of a bank now had an issue with his health. And called him and said that he's going to see how he can take care of himself, get himself treated. That he's praying for him to survive it. But before he comes, this guy should be in charge of the running of the bank. He was his bank officer years ago. So the CEO left abroad. This guy we are speaking then was in charge of the running of the affairs of that bank. And he had certain benefits and entitlement that had accrued to him in the past couple of months. That is what he came to come and drop as checks. When he was going, I said, kneel down. Not kneel down, kneel down. I didn't lay my hands on him, I lay hands. No, it's not the money. I've seen money, it's not the money.
You know who told story like this? Is their papa or their godfathers. So what's the need of him lay hands on the man again when the man have made it? My people, no God for yourself. Oh. It's all made up stories. Oh. It's all lies. Oh. At the end of the day, it's going to raise money. It's all about money. That's it. I see you on my next video. Bye for now.